Today, Turkey's fascist president wrote a formal apology to Russia's fascist president. It's incredible. I'll show you the text of that apology in a moment. But first, just a reminder of what the apology is about. Last November, Turkey shot down a Russian jet that was pounding Muslim terrorists in northern Syria. Of course. I mean, Turkey loves Muslim terrorists. They are de facto allies of the Islamic State. You know all that oil the Islamic State sells? Well, they sell it to Turkey. Russia blew that up. So Turkey's authoritarian president, Recep Erdogan, thought he'd teach the Russians a lesson, and he shot down one of their jets. Here's a map, first published by CNN, showing how that Russian jet crossed over Turkish territory for 17 seconds. The Russian jet flew on that red path. As you can see, it crossed over the blue border into Turkey very briefly before flying out, after which time it was shot down by the Turks. It was actually out of Turkish airspace when the Turks downed it. Here's what it looked like from the ground.
Düşüyor.
Now, you might be saying, what country would shoot down a Russian jet and so defiantly? I mean, surely Russia could wipe out Turkey militarily in a moment and hurt it economically and diplomatically too. But the answer is Turkey, and they are a member of NATO. So they knew that if Russia would counterattack, that could trigger the NATO alliance. The United States and Canada and the UK and the rest of us would have to bail out that little Islamist tyrant who so bravely punched the Russian bear in the nose before running back to hide behind NATO's skirts. Well, Vladimir Putin didn't attack militarily, but he did ban all Russian tourism to Turkey, and he imposed other sanctions too. And look at what happened today. Erdogan, the bully, who right now is threatening everyone in Europe, not just with massive Muslim migration that's letting loose on Europe, but also with legal threats. You know, they just arrested a German MP in Turkey, for God's sakes. Erdogan is suing comedians in Germany for making fun of him. He's a total thug, bully, ruffian. But he just meekly went and kissed Putin's ring. We don't yet have a full copy of his apology letter, but here's what Russia's state-controlled TV propaganda network, RT, reported with no small amount of glee. Here's 30 seconds of that.
We never had a desire or a deliberate intention to down an aircraft belonging to Russia. The Turkish side undertook all the risks and made a great effort to recover the body of the Russian pilot from the Syrian opposition, bringing it to Turkey. The organization of the pre-burial procedures was conducted in accordance with all religious and military procedures. All that work was carried out by us at a level worthy of Turkish-Russian relations. I would like to express my sympathy and deepest condolences to the family of the deceased Russian pilot. I share their pain with all my heart. We treat the family of the dead Russian pilot as if they were a Turkish family, and to relieve the pain and the severity of the damage inflicted, we are ready for any initiative.
So, of course, I mean, Erdogan is a bully. It's all he knows, and it works well on the meek leaders of the West, not just Europe, but Barack Obama too. But a bully respects a bigger bully. And you can only imagine what Putin had threatened to do to Erdogan. I like that part where Erdogan says he's open to any initiative to make amends. Who knows what that means? Now, here's my point. I don't like Putin, and I don't like Erdogan, and I don't like Syria's president, Bashar Assad, and I don't like the Islamic State terrorists. They're all despicable, some worse than others, but here's my point. When was the last time that anyone in the West could tame Erdogan? Never. When was the last time in 8 years under Obama, 200 countries in the world, that any foreign leader ever apologized to the United States for anything? Or anything like what Turkey did to Russia? Did any country apologize to America for terrorism? Did Saudi Arabia or Iran apologize? How about for threatening U.S. airspace or NATO airspace, whether it's Russian jets daily testing NATO response times over Canada and Alaska and the Baltics, or repeated Chinese jets buzzing U.S. ships and warplanes? When was the last time anyone apologized to the West? led by that weakling Obama. When was the last time that Putin apologized to the West for its illegal invasion of Ukraine? No, it's Obama who's leading the apology tour. Obama who's apologizing to the Muslim world for our Western bigotry. And not just for the current era, for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Can you imagine Obama did that? Apologizing for the fact that America ended the Second World War that Japan started. Well, why stop there? Obama has pretty much apologized for the Christian Crusades too.
And lest we get on our high horse and think this is unique to some other place, remember that during the Crusades and the Inquisition, people committed terrible deeds in the name of Christ.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice to have a U.S. president who didn't bow and grovel to foreign tyrants all the time, and that maybe, once in a while, the odd foreign tyrant would bow to us? For the Rebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant. Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.